Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video I'm going to be doing October wrap up, and I read 16 books this month, 4 physical, the rest Kindle. So let's get to it. I read Powerless by Laura Roberts and I gave it 5 stars. It took me quite a while to get into it, but it was mostly me, not the book. I would say about the first 50 pages, 60 pages, it took me quite a while, and then I didn't read it for like a week, but that was me, not the book. But I think about, I'd say 150, 250 pages, I started to really like it and I wouldn't put it down. And the banter between Peyton and Kai, oh my god, it's so good. The scenes between Peyton and Kai, you can tell the sexual tension between them two, the banter. There's a fighting scene in here as well. I don't want to spoil it, but there's a fighting scene in here as well, and that I love. And yeah, I really like this book. And the second book is Wildfire by Anna Grace, and I gave it 4.5 stars. It's the second book in the Maple Hill series, and the first book is Icebreak, and I gave that 5 stars. And I won't say much about this book because I did do a video on this, a reading video, so I won't say that much. But it's basically a summer camp romance. They have a one-night stand and you see the relationship develop. And so yeah, that's all I'm going to say about this book. So I also read The Ballad of Never After by Stephanie Garber, and I gave this 5 stars. And this is the second book in the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy, and I really like this book. I like the writing, it was very fairy tale-esque, and the world building was amazingly written, and I would love to go there. So yeah, it was really good. And in this one you see Jack and Evelyn more, and the adventure they go on, it's more adventurous and it's more plot written than character, but you still see them grow as characters, especially Evelyn and Jack together. So yeah, I really like this book. I also read Not My Art to Break, the collection Willow Winters, and I read the first book, Art to Love, and I gave it 4.5 stars. And this is Laura's and Seth's book. So I can't really say much about the first book, but it was their past relationship where they got together and there was a lot of sexual tension and just the basics, to be honest, how they met, the friends that they made, a lot of sex scenes, yeah, just that. I read 12 books on my Kindle, and the first book that I read was Twisted Loyalties, and I gave it 3.25 stars, and this is from Cora Riley, and it's the Camel Chronicle trilogy. So this one is about Fabiano and Lana's relationship. It's a mafia romance. So Fabiano is kicked out of the mafia family by his father, and he gets into this other family, and it's the Falcon Mafia family. So they pick him up and he becomes the bodyguard of the mafia boss. So he meets Lana in this bar that he works, like fights at, and they have this relationship, and yeah, there's a lot of sexual tension, there's fighting, mafia stuff. Yeah, like I can't really remember that much from this, to be honest. So the second book in this trilogy is The Twisted Emotions, and I gave it 4 stars. And this is Nino Falcons and Kira Vitello relationships. So there's like 3 to 4 families in this book, and they kind of fight, and so Kara is one of the other families, and she's a cousin in this family, this other family, the Vitello's family. And so to bring peace to these 2 families, she has to marry one of the brothers. So Remo Falcon are brothers, so one of them has to marry, and Remo won't do it because he's the boss. So it's up to Nino to do it, and that's how the relationship begins. It's marriage of convenience. So yeah, I really like this book. And then the third book in this trilogy is The Twisted Pride, and I gave it 4 stars as well. So this is Remo's Falcons and the Safina relationship. So Remo kidnaps Safina on her wedding day, and they fight. They banter the sexual tension between these two. Yeah, I think this might be my favourite one out of the other ones because I can remember quite a lot in this one. And I also liked how Remy was so the trope, if you hurt her you die, and Safina made him so soft, like it was so soft for her and only her, and I loved it. It was so good. Yeah, I really like this book, and you get twists and turns as well in this. Like a lot of stuff happens, and the book moves forward, and yeah, the plot is amazing. And then I read Distance. I gave that 4 stars by Luna Mason. And this is Keller's and Sienna's newly romance. So Keller is a boxer and he's also in the mafia world, but he wants to get out. But he has to sexual tension, the if you actually you die trope. Yeah, I can't really remember much from this. Yeah, there's just like a lot of banter, sexual tension. Yeah, there's not really much I can say, to be honest. So I read One Put Up pack, and it's a Mega Universe, and it's from Sarah Blue, and I DNF'd it at 65%. I don't usually DNF books, and it's very hard for me to do that, but in this book I just, yeah, there's just something in it that just made me stop reading, just not get interested. So this is Charlotte and 3 guys, and they meet when she's at her mom's for summer holiday. So that's where they meet, and they're just the normal that she goes and eat. They have to look after her. Something about them leaving and choosing Aki over her. Yeah, that's all I pretty much got to be honest. So yeah, I DNF'd it. I didn't like it. And then there's Atlas, and this is the Mike Bravo Ops, the 3rd book, and it's by Eden Finley, and I gave it 3.5 stars. Atlas and Lemon's book. So Atlas is undercover in this bar, and Lemon is a dancer. So, and this is a gay romance if you don't know. So yeah, he just goes undercover and he has to get information, and he uses Lemon to get that information, but he ends up catching feelings, and it's just a lot of sexual tension, a lot of feelings, and all that stuff. And then I read By Issues, Command and Care, book 1, and it's by Mortika Knight. I gave it 2 stars, and yeah, I can't remember this one, to be honest. This is Silver Cruz and Donovan's book, and it's age gap romance. So 42-year-old CEO billionaire, and Silver Cruz lives in like the down area, like the bad area of like a place like New York. I don't know if it's actually New York, it doesn't say, but it's like a bad place, and he ends up meeting Donovan when his car breaks down and he has to fix it. And it's kind of like usually the older guy is the dominant one, and Donovan is the submissive, you could say, and then Cruz, the young one, I think he's 23-year-old, is the dominant one. And for some reason I couldn't get my head around that. Like, there's nothing wrong with it, I just couldn't get my head around that the 40-something-year-old wasn't the dominant one and was the soft one, like, and he had to be told what to do, and I just couldn't get my head around it, so I gave it 2 stars. It was nearly a DNF, to be honest. And then I read, so all the next ones are from Anna Stone, and I went through like a rampage of her books for some reason. Like, once I read one, I just kept on reading. So the first book was Roman from Tangs of Honor, Red Squadron. The 4th book the fourth book by Anna Stone, and I gave 3.5 stars. And this is about a bunch of guys in this quadrum, this military quadrum, and they go on missions and they meet their love of their lives. And so this book is Roman, Welsh and Luke's book, and it's a second chance romance. So Roman walked away from Luke, and Luke doesn't know if he can trust Roman to not walk away again. So it's just basically their relationship and sexual tension, lot of action, and yeah, just a lot of good stuff. Saxon, the fifth book in the same series as Roman, I gave it 3.25 stars. And this is Saxon's and Rick Jones' relationship. So Rick Jones is the president's son, and there's a lot of like scandal between them, and Saxonberg is like the kind of guy who hides his feelings with jokes and quick wit and snark. So the only person that he shows his true feelings for is his own personality is to Rick. And so yeah, and Rick joins the Navy to get away from his life, especially after the scandal, and you see their relationship come together and blossom and break and all that stuff. And then I read Reese, the sixth book, and I gave 3.25 stars too. And this is Reese's and Johnny. So they all have names in this quadrant. So Reese is Peanut and Johnny is Whiskey. So Reese is fighting himself, and he doesn't think he deserves to be in the red quadrant because he's a child of an unclicked relationship between Russia defector and the US military operator. And in this book he has to fight his relationship with himself and with his brothers and see if he can get his mind around the fact that he deserves to be in this quadrant. And he also, his mom is a bad person. Yeah, and you just see the relationship between Reese and Johnny, and sexual tension, action is literally the same, it's just they meet different ways. And then Johnny's compass is Doubtful's Team Panther. So this book, they all connect. So the Tangs of Honor, Red Quadrant and Delta Force Team Panther, you see them in each other's books, so you kind of already know them. So Jonah's Compass is the first book by Anna Stone, and I gave it 3.25 stars. Jonah and Matt are their relationship in the fourth because they can't be together, and so Matt gets kidnapped and Jonah outs their relationship. They break up and a lot of stuff happens. I think this is the most that happens like in the action area. So there's a lot of action that goes on. So there's kidnapping, shooting, death, all of it. So yeah, so this is second chance trope, and you see the relationship break, come together, the sexual tension is crazy. So yeah, I really like this book. I read Tied Up in Steel, Delta Force Team Panther book 2, and I gave this 3.25 stars. So all these books are based on the guys that are in Team Panther. So Steel is the one that hides his feelings and personality with quick wit, and his relationship is Steel and Callan. So Callan is a computer whiz, and Steel saves Callan from Callan's father because Callan's father tries to sell him, and Steel saves him from not getting sold. So and then Callan becomes a team of Team Panther, and he becomes the computer person. And yeah, there's just a lot of sexual tension. Still is very protective of Callan because he's not in the military and he doesn't know all the gun stuff and all that stuff, so he's very protective of Callan, and I really like that. So yeah, they are all the books that I read this month, and I really need to try and read more physical books because yeah, I've been reading a lot of Kindle. I need to stop. So these are all the physical books that I read, and I need to read more. And I can't believe that I had 2 5-star books. That's crazy, because I'm being very strict with my ratings recently. So giving 2 5 stars in 1 month, crazy. So yeah, so they are all the books that I read. And if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, like and comment down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.